Welcome back to the Unspoken Body Podcast, Season 1, Episode 2, where we break the silence and embrace the truths about disability and sexuality. I'm your host, Adriane Gay, and I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're diving into one of the most exciting and, let's be honest, sometimes nerve-wracking aspects of intimacy, dating and the first impressions. Navigating the dating world comes with its challenges. And for people with disabilities, there are often added layers of complexity and misconceptions to confront. But love, connection, and meaningful relationships are for everyone. So let's break it down and talk about realities, the awkward moments, and the wins, and how to show up confidently and authentically in the dating world. The weight of first impressions can be intimidating for everyone. But for people with disabilities, there's often an added pressure. There's the internal dialogue of, will they see me or just my disability? Will they assume things about me that aren't true? Those are all valid feelings and questions that many face when putting themselves out there. And let's be real, society often sends messages that can make dating feel even more complicated. There are misconceptions like disabled people aren't looking for love or they're too fragile for intimacy. And that couldn't be further from the truth. The reality is that the first impressions matters, but authenticity matters more. The best way to create a great first impression is to show up as your whole unapologetic self. And yes, that includes your disability, because that's part of who you are. But it's not the only part. The pressure to explain or justify your disability during a first date can feel heavy, but it's about finding the balance. You get to decide what you share and when. Your story is your own. When and how to disclose. This is one of the most common questions. Should I disclose my disability to someone I'm dating? The answer is personal. There's no right or wrong answer. Some choose to share it up front, especially if it's visible or it impacts their daily life. Others wait until a connection is established. Both choices are valid. But when you do choose to share, think about your comfort level and the narrative you want to convey. Instead of focusing on limitations, focus on how you navigate the world. For example, rather than saying, I can't do this, say, here's how I approach things differently. And remember, the right person will respond with curiosity and not judgment. If someone reacts poorly, they've shown you who they are, and that's valuable information. Disclosing isn't about defending who you are. It's about inviting someone to see the fullness of you. If they can't embrace that, then they're not your person. Practical dating tips. Now, let's get into practical dating tips. Choose comfortable environments. Pick date locations where you feel safe and at ease to help reduce anxiety and makes their experiences more enjoyable. Be clear in communication. If you need accommodations, it's okay to be upfront. This isn't about making things awkward. It's about setting a stage for a genuine connection. Lead with authenticity. Focus on shared interests and values. Let the conversation center around things that excite and inspire you. Your disability is a part of your life, but it doesn't define the conversation. Have boundaries ready. Know your non-negotiables. If certain behaviors or attitudes are red flags, trust that instinct. Practice self-compassion. Not every date will be perfect, and that's okay. Be kind to yourself. View every experience as a chance to learn and grow. Dating is a journey. It's about connection, growth, and finding joy in the process. So take the pressure off and allow yourself to enjoy the ride. Stories from the community. I reached out to some folks in the community to ask about their dating experiences. Here's what they shared. I used to fear that my disability would be only things people saw, but I learned that the right people were drawn to my confidence, my humor, and my passion. Being upfront about my disability helped me weed out people who weren't right for me. It saved me from a lot of time and heartache. My best dates have been when I felt most like myself, not when I was trying to hide or be someone else that I was not. These stories remind us that vulnerability is strength and authenticity is attractive. Now I want to hear from you. What's been your experience with the dating and first impressions? Have you found ways to navigate the awkward moments, or are you still figuring it out? Share your stories, share your wins, and your challenges with me on my YouTube channel, If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review, share it with a friend. Every review helps this community grow and ensure these conversations reach the people who need them. And if you have questions or topics you'd love to hear about in the future episodes, let me know. This podcast is about building a space where we all feel seen and heard. Until next time, stay empowered, stay intimate, and stay unapologetic. Yes, we have sex too. Busting myths about disabilities, intimacies about... We're gonna stop it.